We'll turn the little dingers off here. Okay, this is Bob Peterson, Damascus, Maryland. We love these Saturday morning training calls with Charlene Landers, and she's going to host some Q&A at the end of this. Up front, we wanted to hear some updates from our great leader and founder of this great 18-year-old company, Bob Bremner. And Bob, let me turn it over to you for a few minutes. I have a couple remarks, and then we'll turn it over to Charlene.
Okay, awesome. Welcome, everyone. Good to be on a Saturday morning here, and just a couple updates. One, we have, if you notice in the back office on the leaderboard, we have, you get on the leaderboard by sponsoring one, but you get in the drawing for the V-Stream by sponsoring two or more. So that's a little update for June. Also, we will have, barring any other unforeseens, we should have the new pricing for the V-Streams up Monday. Sometime during Monday it'll go up, and we're going to be offering a way that if you want to reserve a V-Stream that's coming in the next shipment, we're only requiring a 50% deposit, and you can make the balance of the payment when they're actually ready to ship and ready to go to the door. So really good news on the leaderboard. We've got, I think it's 70-some people now on the leaderboard. And as you can see, again, the top leaders are at the leaders of the pack again. There's a few new names on there, but you know, it's just great to be able to see the score now, who's doing what and how much they're doing, and it's just fabulous. But just real quickly, the top 10, James Gray is in 10th place, Conrad Williams, BJ Mass is in 8th, Rose Slaughters in 7th, Kawhi Barnum is in 3rd, Stanley Sneed 4th, Donovan Stang in 4th place. Stanley Sneed is in 5th place. He's sponsored 4th. And Charlene Landers will be leading this call, and she's one of the leaders month after month in the top 5 every month. In 3rd place, Marsha Hadley, who's also one of our fabulous leaders, and you know, I just love it that they are leading by example, and Marsha's always at the top of the list. And then number 1 for this month's TFC group, that's a fairly new distributor that's just come in, but doing a tremendous job. So we're just really excited. We should have more boxes shipping out Monday. We're having a few issues, and hopefully we'll get that squared away over the weekend. So, you know, sometimes things don't go as smoothly as you'd like. We do have them in-house, and hopefully we can get everything loaded on them properly. So as soon as we do, we'll be shipping them, you know, as we get that done. So, Bob, back to you. Beautiful day, beautiful Saturday, beautiful day for V-Stream.
Yes, it certainly is, Bob. And this VIP TV subscription and the ease with which people can become distributors is really starting to tell and starting to explode. And we are really concentrating, Bob, on really getting people accustomed to needing that 2950 on their phone so that they can do a demonstration. And various people are developing various text messages and emails to send in addition to actually demonstrating this in front of people. And we'll have more people talking about that with testimonials on Tuesday evening on how they're making their sales and finding their people. And with respect to the turnkey process, people can use this if they would like. It's at the top of a couple of our sites, like 4find4.com is at the top. And 4find4training.com is where we post these recordings. And Charlene Landers' past videos on how to use Facebook, etc. And when you look at the sample message, you want to make sure that this is it's a curiosity message, which lets people know that we have a distributor position that you don't necessarily need to have the subscription, but you want to have the subscription. because you're going to be able to demonstrate it on your smartphones, your tablets, your laptops connected to TV, or TVs with streaming devices that can adequately access the internet. And so when people understand the alternative, they want that subscription, and that makes them a distributor. They avoid the $19.50 a year web hosting fee. So this is just a curiosity statement to send to people. It's what we call Google search proof, so that when people see it, they say, well, what is this? What's the name of this company? And so they call you back. And when they can understand for this subscription, they make $4.50 a month. And I mean, college students, everybody could use an extra $450 a month. So just sell 100 subscriptions. And when you understand the nature of our pay plan that we go through in general terms at 24/7 opportunity, 24/7 opportunity.net, we have the general discussion of the pay plan and the huge features of the pay plan, including the huge leadership bonuses that we pay that can mount up to over $92,000. And then when we plug in the residual hybrid unilevel and the 20% match, the five levels of match with 20%, it's just an extremely exciting plan. We've had people that we've been talking to who once they saw it says, I'm dropping everything, I'm doing this thing full time. So it's very, very exciting, Bob, and I'm sure you're getting feedback from people as well, and Charlene. But at this point, I'm going to turn the presentation over to Charlene, who will do her presentation, do some Q's and A's, and then we'll see everybody on Tuesday evening for our standard briefing and overview. So let me turn this over to Charlene, and thank you all for calling in.
Good morning, everyone. Appreciate everybody taking the time to call in this morning. I'm hopefully not going to take up too much of your time, but I think it's very important if you're in any business, but especially network marketing business, to be able to tell your story so people will listen. The better you get your story down to get people to listen, the more people you're going to get to sign up and the more people you're going to get to buy from you. So if I can get my computer working. Okay, have you noticed that all the best distributors are great storytellers? This is a storytelling business. And if you want to be successful, you need to learn how to tell your story. You might be thinking, I'm new and don't have a story yet. Wrong. Everybody has a story to tell. And your success in the business will depend on how you can tell yours. There are a few parts of every good story. Number one, your past. What did you do before joining this profession? Number two, the hook. Why did you get so excited about the company you joined? And number three, your company's story or goals. What have you done so far, if new or not? Excited about your results so far? And what are your goals in the future? Number one, on your past. Everybody has done something before joining their current business. Get good at explaining your background in 30 seconds or less. Everybody that's been on this call, that's been on the calls with me, you hear me say over and over and over and over again. Most of the time, less is better. When you're advertising on Facebook, if you're face-to-face with them, if you're on the phone call with them, don't just ramble on and on and on. You're going to get the message across within that first 30 seconds. If they don't get it by then, you might as well just hush, save your voice for the next one. Here's, for example, I was a technical recruiter. I found people jobs for a living for 10 years prior to joining this company. A recruiter might seem like a perfect fit, but some of the most compelling stories are those with less applicable experience. For instance, I'm a student, I'm a housewife, I'm a fast food worker, I am, just fill in the blank. People want to know what your background is. They want to relate to you. They need to know that anybody can do this business. Just my opinion. I don't know of anybody that couldn't do our business. We've got the easiest product to sell, especially now with the VIP TV. Everybody needs it. It's a huge value. So I think we're fixing to start producing a lot of big paychecks. As you hear other people tell their success stories, collect the best ones you hear. For instance, I have a friend who's an oil rig worker. He got into this industry with hopes of getting off the rigs. He's made over $100 million. I have a friend who was a housewife, wanted to make an extra $500 a month to help her family. 1 year after starting the business, her husband was able to retire from his job, and they both do this business full time. One of my mentors, y'all heard her on a call a few weeks ago, Amber Voigt. She was basically homeless when she started her business, and within a year she was on the Millionaires Wall, and she did retire her husband. So, you hear stories all the time of what other people are doing that are just normal, everyday people, some of them down on their luck, some not down on their luck, but people like to hear stories. What's your background? Get good at telling your past experience in a short and simple manner. Listen to other people at conventions and collect the best stories for later. The hook. The second part of the story you get to tell is about your business or your product. I was introduced to this company by my friend Lou. I fell in love with a product that helped save money on my TV entertainment. I save almost $150 every month. I couldn't believe the benefits of owning this media center for just 1 month. I saw the value in this item and knew there was an outstanding opportunity. This is a chance to start advertising your company, your favorite product, your business, or whatever it is that got you fired up and excited about starting your new business. You can tell a story about the success of your upline. You can tell a story about the outstanding product. You can tell a story about the ordinary people you met who are having extraordinary results. Whatever you say in part 2 is the hook. If it was good enough to get you excited, tell why you're excited with enthusiasm so that your passion is felt by your friends and family, can feel your passion. I don't recruit or sell to my personal friends and family. I've been in the business forever. I don't like, getting beat down and this isn't going to work or, whatever they say to beat you down. Yes, I have sold these streams to my friends and family. It's only after they come to my house and see what I have and they ask me about it and then they want to know why I didn't tell them about it. I tell them why I didn't because I don't want to hear their negativity about what I'm doing. So everybody does their business different. I built my V-Stream business, I would say 99% using social media. I've become friends with a lot of people from all over the world that I would not have had a chance to have met any other way. But keep it simple and pick the best part. One amazing product will do nicely. Well, to me, we have 2 amazing products. We have the V-Stream and now we have the VIP Live TV. To me, it doesn't get any better than that. Share one success story you heard. Mention one upline mentor who is working with you. The tendency is to get so excited that you want to tell them about all the products and all the amazing people you're working with. Don't fall into this trap. It's called throwing up on people. You want to give them one thing to get them interested and save the rest for the meeting or webinar. The hook is to create interest, not to satisfy curiosity. If you give them too much information here, people think they don't need to come to a meeting to make a decision or a webinar or a 3-way phone call, however you do your business. They already know enough. Keep it simple, keep it short, lead with the best part only. I know I have a lot of people see I advertise in the groups on Facebook, and sometimes I'll get as many as 500 to 1,000 to 1,500 comments on one post. It'll be 1 or 2 sentences with a picture. And I have many, many people contact me and say, well, I'm doing the same thing you're doing and I'm not getting anything. Well, I go and look and see what they're doing. Well, they're using the same image I'm doing, but they're throwing up all over the page. They've got everything about the V-Stream. They've got all the website information up there. You know, it just goes on and on and on. Well, of course, people aren't going to contact them because you've already given them all the information. I try to give them just enough information to make them nosy and make them ask me for more information, and then I tell them the information as I go along. And that seems to work for me. So try to tell your story so people will listen. The company's story, this is where most people get tripped up. What have you done with this opportunity? The problem is that most people either are just starting out or don't feel like their story is good enough. You are your own worst enemy. Knock it off. This is a great place to share your goals within a company. Maybe you haven't made $1 million yet, but why can't you in the future? And with this opportunity we have, with the products that we have, there's no reason why we can't produce millionaires. I'm looking forward to seeing who the first one is. When I started in this profession, I was a beginner just like everyone else. For the first year, I used that to my advantage. I shared with people my goals. When they started asking questions, I would say that because I'm fairly new, they need to come to my meeting where they can hear from my friend who knows the answers. Well, nowadays, folks, we have, you know, online webinars, we have Facebook Lives, we have recordings, we have free conference calls you can do, you know, the conference calls on your cell phones. It's so much easier now than it used to be back in the day before the internet and all the conveniences of the cell phones and stuff. Way back, a lot of you may or may not know this, my goal was to be a diamond. Can you guess what company I was with by the end of year 1? I'm looking for people who want to go with me. I've shared that goal with 3 to 6 new people every day until it happened exactly 1 year later at midnight. Your goal can be to make $500 a month. Your goal can be to make enough money so you can fire your boss in 6 months. Your goal can be to make $100,000 per year within 5 years. Your story does not have to be only what you have already done. Your story should definitely include what you plan to do with this business. So remember, what are your goals? What are your dreams? What is your why? The key is to share your goals and to share your commitment to those goals. My goal is to make enough money from this business monthly by the end of the year that I can fire my boss. I am committed to doing whatever it takes to make that happen. If it takes me 2 or 3 years, I'm going to continue to work until I make it happen. There is nothing wrong with that statement. If you don't make it the first year, you keep going. To me, the biggest deal is not quitting. People do not only follow passion, they follow commitment. If they feel you are only trying something, they will wait to see the results. If they feel you are committed, they will say, take me with you. Keep it simple, get to the point quickly. The interesting thing about my story is that after I achieved my goals, my story didn't change. My background was the same. The reason I joined network marketing was the same. The only thing that changed was that instead of telling people what I was going to do in the future tense, I started sharing with people what I had already done in the past tense. Too often people either say to themselves or to their upline, I can't wait to make a ton of money so that then people will listen to me and follow me. Or even worse, I'm only going to cold call and talk to people that I don't know until I make a lot of money. Then I will talk to people I do know. I do my business, like you all know, different from everybody else. I don't ever go to my warm market first. A lot of people feel comfortable starting off with a warm market, which would be their family and friends, and that's fine. There's, you know, no right way or wrong way to do it. You just need to find your way to do it. Really, people that know you won't listen to you, so you think people that don't know you will. Wrong. Stop making it about you or what you have done. Make it about the company. Make it about the product. Make it about the mentor. Make it about your dreams. Make it about your passion. Make it about your future and where you're going, and make it about your commitment. Keep it short. Practice it until you can tell the whole thing in 90 seconds or less. Tell it with a passion and excitement, and they will listen. The cool thing about sharing your why, sharing your goals, sharing your dreams every day is that it recommits you to do what it takes to achieve your goals. It reminds you that your dreams are important and worth fighting for. It empowers others to believe that they can chase their dreams too. It's time to get very good at telling your story and keep it simple. Practice, practice, practice. Now go get busy telling your story to anyone that will listen. That's it on what I had to share on that. I would like to, I guess you don't want to see the TV there. I'm going to kind of go over a few of our little rules, if people don't mind. I know some people are getting upset over the shipping situation. BJ Massey and Teddy McCann went to the home office yesterday. They seen what was going on. They put it on the group. They shared it with us. Yes, the shipping's kind of been what it's been, but it's not all the company's fault. I know a lot of people think they're just making up excuses. Folks, here it is in the group. BJ and them went. They seen what was going on. If you notice under here, I have deleted some comments, and I've turned off the commenting to these posts again. If people can't say something nice, please don't comment at all. That just drags everybody down. There are things that happen that are, the company has no control over, and we just need to, if you can't be positive on a post, just don't say anything. We do have the VIP TV group as well. We're trying to keep the two separate. The reason we are is on the VIP TV group, we're wanting you, as you get customers or other people to sign up for VIP TV, even if they don't want to be a distributor, they're just a customer, you can add them to this group if you want, so that way if they have questions and answers, they can scroll down through the group and they might be able to get their own questions answered without having to, call into the office or email support or even call you for that fact. So I think that is all on that. I did kind of want to cover the VIP TV online again, and I muted that earlier, and let me turn that down so I don't blow your eardrums. When you are viewing from the computer, it is different than on your VStream. If you're online, you can see. If not, you can go back and watch the recording. But once you're on live TV, click on categories. It's going to open a menu up. Click on what you want. It'll pull it up. United States, whatever. It will pull it up. Should start playing. Let's see here. I'm going to mute it out so I don't blow your eardrums. Yeah, there it is. Okay. And I'm glad this pulled up a sports deal. We were just informed the other day when we were on a call that sometime before the NFL season starts, for people that have or use the VIP TV through their computer, it will not work on the VStream, but if they access it from their computer in the future before football season, they will have quad streaming. So what that will do is they will be able to pick 4 games, and it will show all 4 games within this area at the same time. I think that's going to be huge, huge for us. I think it's going to be an excellent selling point for us. Even though it won't be available on the vStream for the TV, you can hook your computer or your laptop up to your TV via the HDMI cable, and you would still be able to view that on your big screen TV. So anyway, just some things coming down the pipes there. Anybody have any questions, comments this morning? *6 on your phone or unmute your microphone.
Hi, Charlene.
Good morning.
Thank you for all that you do. This is Alan in Las Vegas. Couple questions. I tried to hook up my computer, my laptop to my TV with the HDMI cable, and went on to and clicked on the computer or PC on my TV, but it's still, for some reason, it's still not picking up from the laptop, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Can you help on that?
Your HDMI, either your HDMI, it's got to have to do with your HDMI cable. Either your HDMI cable is not plugged in well, or your HDMI ports on your computer's gone bad.
Oh no, well it's a new computer, and I tested it on another monitor, but then I also used, it's the same cable I'm using for the vStream.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I done a video and posted it where I had taken my laptop and attached it to my big screen TV just with the HDMI cable, and the exact same thing I was seeing on my laptop screen, I was seeing on the big screen. So I don't know if maybe, I mean, even though the computer's new, have you hooked anything else up to that HDMI port?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might try hooking something else up to it, because even though it's a new computer, there may have been something they didn't get connected on the inside of it, or maybe it come loose during shipping.
Okay. Thank you. And that's my second question is I was trying to do a demo on my iPhone, and for some reason it just wouldn't play. And then also there's still a buffering issue, like when I am at home watching this on my laptop, and this is on my new one, and I just had my cable checked and internet checked, because I noticed there was a problem with it, but still after they fixed it, there's still some buffering issues. So has that been does anyone else experience that, or?
I mean, some people have been experiencing buffering issues. Like I said earlier, every morning when I get up, the first thing I do is unplug my internet modem and router, leave it unplugged a couple of minutes, I plug it back in. I usually have no problems with buffering. Most of the people that I run into that are having a problem with buffering is their internet speed drops down too low, because in order for you to get a good stream on live TV, you have to have a minimum of 20 megabit download speed. So, you know, I didn't...
Yeah, I know that's not the issue, because they check my speed, and I'm
But you could be having intermittent internet connectivity issues. I was having that same issue. I went and bought new routers. I got new modems. You know, I even bought a new vStream box thinking it was the box. It wasn't. I was actually having intermittent internet connectivity issues. I finally screamed and hollered and yelled enough at the internet provider. They sent someone out to my house, and it took them 6 hours to finally find the problem. And it was a cut fiber optics line that was outside. And every time I would call in, it would be working, and it would only go out for just a split second, but that would be enough to break the signal to the vStream. So, you know, things like that do happen too. But if you have plenty of speed, and you reset your internet regularly, there should be no reason why you're having buffering. I'm not getting buffering through the vStream or the computer. Now, sometimes on my cell phone, if I'm out and about, I will get some buffering on my cell phone, but I'm thinking that's probably just because the internet on my cell phone.
Yeah, Charlene, this is Bob. Charlene,
Yes.
a couple things. There are posts that David Whitaker have put on there that I didn't follow technically. There's a post about changing to a thing he called EU. Also, some people have said that if you hit the pause button for 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and then start to play again, usually the buffering goes away if you hit the pause button.
Yeah, I've tried that a few times, Bob, and it still would buffer after. It'll be okay for a bit, but then I'd have to do it again, because it just does the same thing. So.
Yeah, can you go to a friend's house and use their Wi-Fi hookup? I made a sale. I did a demonstration to a lady at the restaurant, and I just used their connection to their Wi-Fi, and it played no problem at all at the restaurant that I was in. I haven't tried it at a lot of places that have Wi-Fi, but if it's a fast enough Wi-Fi, it'll play smoothly. But try it. It just could be the speed of the Wi-Fi, even though your speed test may not agree with that. I don't know about the technology of speed tests, but I suspect if you tried it at a few different locations, you might not see the same thing.
All right, thank you.
Anybody else have any questions or comments this morning? You can *6 on your phone or unmute your microphone.
Hi, this is Lee Wade, New York Power Stream team. I just wanted to say that some of my demonstrations, I go to the gym in the Y, and I'm up in the locker room, and I put on the VIP TV on my tablet, and because the Wi-Fi in the gym is intermittent, I do have buffering, and then someday, and when it's not buffering, it's because the commercial is playing, and I said, oh, stuff. But anyway, the other day I was there, and it worked fabulous. So it is in the showing of the VIP TV that people do get interested in it because it's working anywhere that you are that has internet. And yes, you are going to have buffering problems when you run into a weak internet. So I have had that. Last night I was in a car service, and of course we always are in networking mode. And the driver, I said to him, I said, you are an entrepreneur, so I want to introduce you to something. On my smartphone, which is an Android smartphone, no, I had him turn it on his Android smartphone. I put in my username and password. It came up, and he was enthralled. So I hope he is recruited. His name is Edward DeJesus, and I hope, or DeJesus, and I'm hoping, and I showed him that this is also in Latino cable on here, and if whatever country he's from that speaks Spanish, it is possible to be able to use this unit. So anybody that's out there, it's all in the showing. Have a good day.
Thank you for sharing that.
Charlene, another thing about showing the international channels, you did a great video, and we got a GoDaddy for that, channelsaroundtheworld.com, so that people can see a nice little video about all the channels, channelsaroundtheworld.com.
All right, does anybody else have any questions or comments this morning?
Hi, Charlene.
Yes.
Hi, this is Denise. Jean Vernon, on the iPhone, do we have instructions in the back office for that? Because I have a customer and I don't know anything about an iPhone, so I couldn't give him instructions.
Well, I have an iPhone. Well, I have several iPhones. What are they having a problem with, just getting it to work on their iPhone?
Yeah, he can't get it to work.
Huh. I don't know. I just went to the browser and typed it in, the vstreamtv.live, and put my username and password in and done the little robot check thing, it made me do it twice. One thing that may help with the cell phones coming up, though, we are in the process of getting an app, an Android app, and one for the iPhones as well. They have been approved by both the Google Play Store and the Apple Store. We're just waiting for them to go live. That should be happening anywhere from today till probably the next 7 to 10 days.
Okay.
So that's going to help a lot of people out right there.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, can I make a comment?
Sure.
Okay. If he's having a problem getting on, he may have to be explicit about how he puts his username and password in, because it's very sensitive as far as capitalization and everything.
That is true. It is case sensitive, so if they're not getting it exactly the same, it won't work.
Thanks.
Anybody
Hello.
else have any questions?
Hello, Charlene.
Yes.
Hi, this is Daniel Reynolds in Shreveport, Louisiana. I get alerts from a couple things that I follow on YouTube that post about Cody, apps and so on and so forth. And one of them had brought up a ruling in Europe making it illegal to watch streaming copyrighted content, even if it was, like was it streamed live. How is that going to affect sales in Europe and or our ability to continue to offer the VIP TV platform, or is the VIP TV platform different and so stable because ultimately there is contracts with these networks out there to pay them a percentage of the $29, making us therefore in a good position if that's going to become a case, because we would have a still legal set of channels, that are being subscribed or content protected because we're paying the networks.
Okay. Number one, whatever's going on in the UK, I don't think is going to affect us. I've been with the company a little over 2 years. I have discovered since I've been with the company and I've been promoting just the V-Stream, not even talking about the VIP Live TV, everyone I've talked to in the UK are not interested in any of that because they already get all that for free anyway. So I don't think anything going on in the UK is going to have any bearing on us. As far as the streams with our VIP Live TV, we do, as a company, pay for those streams, to another company. So we're not doing anything illegal there. Also, on our V-Stream, our V-Stream is only the device to allow people to view on their TV what is already being streamed on the internet. So if they want to take the time and they have the knowledge, they can sit and get what's going on across the internet anyway. So I don't get in, I don't sign up for any of those things or anything like that because I personally just don't think it's going to have any effect on us. And I've discussed it with corporate. I've discussed it with my own personal corporate lawyer, and, I'm just not concerned about it.
Well, the good thing, I think, is that if they do start cracking down on live streams and then we're first out with a network marketing live stream that we still can sell around the world, I think that strengthened that residual income stream and network. But I was just curious about.
And our VIP TV, from what I've been told, is on a very, very secure set of servers, where most of them out there are not, so people can hack into them. Supposedly what we have, what I was just told as of last night, is on very secure servers, but most of them are not, which makes it even better for us.
is RJ Diamond in Houston.
Good morning, RJ.
Well, first of all, I know I'm not one of the leaders, but I'm on these calls every Saturday and just amazed at all the progress we keep making. A couple things that I see that I'm getting emails from other companies. They must have an incredible email list about their different boxes. One's called Frog, and then there's a company that pays for the sponsored spot on Facebook. I see that a lot. Well, my point is, I think it gives us even more credibility. People ask us, is it legal? And well, yes, it is. And it's just, to me, it's like building up the credibility that live streaming is here to stay. Okay? That's all I'll say about that. Because what we have is better, and we get people in, and they can make some money just by telling other people.
Right.
So it's not.
And I'd like to share this with everybody this morning. I have a cousin that works for AT&T corporate. That's Texas. I was just talking to her the other night, and she's telling me AT&T's getting out of the cable business. I said, oh, really? I said, what are they going to do? She said, they're going into the TV entertainment business. I said, well, okay, what do you mean by that? I knew what she meant by that. I just wanted to see what she said. She said, oh, man, we're in on this new deal nobody knows about, and they're fixing to start selling streaming TV. I just about busted, got laughing. It's like, oh, really? Something new, huh? She said, yeah. I said, well, this little deal I'm doing, I've been at it for a little over 2 years, so I think AT&T is a little behind times. So There you go. Yes, if these big companies are doing it, we're doing it. We beat them to it.
I got to tell people it's legal. Go to Best Buy. They got all these different devices right there. They're advertising. And then the last thing I want to say is getting a Google app and an Apple and for the VIP TV. That's huge. My hat's off to you because I know that's really hard to get approval, especially by Apple. That's really great.
Right. Yeah, we've got approvals on both of them. We're just on the Google Play Store. That one should be live probably any time from now until the next 4 or 5 days. The Apple app takes a little bit longer. Theirs probably going to be within the next 7 to 14 days. It should be live.
Hello, Shirley.
When you download it, we get credit.
Yes.
We're locked in us. Huge. That's huge. Thank you. That's all I had to say.
All right. Thank you. Go ahead, sir.
Hello, Charlene. This is Jonathan Jackson in Houston, Texas. I'm kind of a new distributor, but got a lot of great plans. On this VIP, on the VIP, I noticed there are a limited amount of stations at this particular time. There are some stations there, but there are plans to add a Showtime not there. Some of the other stations are not.
Okay, if you are viewing from either the VStream or the computer, either one, if you'll go under the Premium Movies tab, that is going to be where I'm showing it online. If you're online, that's got Cinemax, HBO. Those are the only ones we have at this time. I'm not sure. I think they are working on getting more in the future, but that is all we do have at this time.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Anybody else have any questions this morning?
Hi, this is Terry.
Good morning, Terry.
Hi. One thing I'd like to say to everyone that's on the phone, we get a lot of people with a lot of different boxes, and I don't look at any of them as competition, and I also don't look at what's going on with the cable companies as competition, because one of the main things is they're not giving us any type of residual commission or nothing for as much as we talk about the Fire Stick, not we, but as much as they were advertising the Fire Stick, other people who've gotten it, and so forth and so on. How much did Amazon give those people for telling other people about the Fire Stick? Not one
penny. I feel we're on a ground floor opportunity, and this is something, doesn't come our way that often. And I am so glad VStream has come my way. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else have any questions or comments this morning?
Yes. Yeah, this
Go
is
ahead.
Eli out of Columbus, Ohio.
Good morning.
How you doing? I just had a question. Are there going to have any African stations coming up from other African countries? I know we have the Arabic, but are there going to have any African channels coming up? I know we're in 17 countries, so just want to know about that.
I would say if you send David Whitaker a message, or if you will send a email to support at NXR Global requesting that, I'm sure they'll look into it and see what they can find.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else have any questions or comments this morning before we shut the call down?
Comment or question. Bounce TV. Is there anything mentioned about that?
I've not seen anything about it. I've written it on my list. I will see what we can do about that, and I'll also ask about the African channels. So we'll see what they do. I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask.
That's true. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, how you doing?
Just fine.
Good. I just wanted to find out, someone was asking, is there a way to add like your local news station to the VIP station?
I would say probably not, because, I mean, you think about all the local news that's from all over the country. I mean, I don't see how they could. I know where I live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I can go and get, the big news channels and download an app on my phone and get it that way. But I don't think they could on the live TV. Just like we can't on the VStream, but through your VStream, you can go in to the Play stores and download those same apps from your local area and get them on there.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Okay, all right.
Charlene, this is Angie Thompson. I just want to add something about the local TV. Underneath the category of VIP on the toolbar, there's an area for you to click on local news, and you can choose any state and watch the news, and that's on the VStream.
That's
and
good
that's
to know.
local news. Local news.
Yeah, I'm in Louisiana, and I noticed that it didn't have it on there. Someone was asking, was just kind of inquiring about that. So I said, well, I'll ask just to see if anything would be possibly added, maybe in the future or something as well, maybe.
Did RJ make a comment on that?
Sure.
The local channel thing is probably one of the biggest objections I have. Of course, I'm telling you to use the rabbit ears, get live local channels. But the lady has just mentioned, I have gone to the local channels by city, and there's really hardly anything for Houston at all. So, and I have, when I got sold on this, it was that, you can get everything, including local, live or recorded at the very least. And I've not found that to be the case, because I'm not telling prospects that, but just so you know, that am I missing something there? Are they adding more local channels on the by city?
Well, and in my opinion, you should never tell. I don't ever, when I sell a VStream, I don't ever tell people they can get live TV. I tell them if they want live TV, they need to go to Best Buy or Walmart and buy a local HD antenna. I've done that for all of our TVs, and like I said, I'm in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and we get over 40 channels with a $25 antenna from Walmart. So,
right, yeah, and you're right. That's the honest way to approach it. But just like if you go to a local channels by city, there's not a whole lot on there. So, for what it is, just to know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great.
Anybody else have any questions or comments this morning?
I might make a comment there. There's a lot of companies that tell people to keep their basic cable, that the $50, $100, $200 a month that they can save is for all the sports in premium, and they should drop all of the premium that they're paying for, all the sports tickets they're paying. They drop that stuff, keep your basic, and just go ahead. I mean, a lot of people are taking that approach.
Yeah. But just one comment on that. Probably what's going to happen, though, is the cable companies will realize that and eventually raise their prices on the basic.
And most of them are already doing that. I mean, in my opinion, the streaming business is already changing the way of the future with the cable companies, just like AT&T is getting out of the cable business and just going to go to streaming. A lot of people have also noticed in areas, since a lot of people aren't using cable and only want internet, they are starting to go up on their internet rates and starting to limit people on their data. They're not giving them unlimited data anymore. So, yeah, I mean, the things in the future are changing.
I guess what VStream need to come out with a new product where they can get internet.
Yeah, we wish they could find that. That would be lovely.
Okay, I'm on the.
Anybody else have any comments or questions this morning? All righty. Well, we've been.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Oh, one more thing. I know certainly on your demonstration.
Okay, I'm going to not hit the mute button for a second. We'll give people about one more minute to dial in and give us your name.